Good morning to everyone. Today we are discussing the types of matrix. In last class we are discussing what is meant by matrix and what are the characters of matrix and how to write the matrix and what is the order of matrix. Today we are discussing the different types of matrix. First one, square matrix. Square matrix means any matrix is said to be a square matrix if the number of rows are equal to number of columns. Same number of rows and same number of columns, then the matrix is said to be a square matrix. For example, if M is equals to N, then the matrix is said to be a square matrix. A matrix A is equals to 2, 3, 5, 4. Here totally 2 rows are there and here totally 2 columns. Then number of columns is equals to number of rows. Then the matrix is said to be a square matrix with order 2. Now rectangular matrix, a matrix is said to be a rectangular matrix if the number of rows are not equal to number of columns. For examples, M and N both are not equal, then the matrix is said to be a rectangular matrix. Through the example you can understand. Here totally 2 rows are there and 3 columns are there. Number of columns are not equal to number of rows, then the matrix is said to be a square matrix. Then the matrix is said to be a rectangular matrix. Principal diagonal. Principal diagonal means in the matrix of order n, then the line joining of first element of first row and last element of last row is called as a principal diagonal of matrix. Hence Aij and Aij, A11, A12, A13 like that, I is equals to J. Then through the example you can understand very easily. Here 2 3 rows and 3 columns are there. Now this is a square matrix. Let us see what are the diagonal elements here. 2 is a diagonal element and 4 is a diagonal element, then 6 is a diagonal element. 2, 4, 6 are the diagonal elements of this matrix. Now trace of matrix. How to calculate the trace and what is the meaning of trace of matrix? Trace of matrix is the sum of all the elements of diagonal of a matrix. Sum of all diagonal elements of any matrix is said to be a trace of matrix, denoted by trace of A. Now trace of A, A11 plus A12, A13, A33 plus ANN. Through the example you can understand here. Now considering the matrix A, here diagonal elements are 2, 1, minus 1 and 9. Now the sum of these 3 elements is equals to 10, then the trace of A is 10. Diagonal matrix. If each non-diagonal element of square matrix, non-diagonal elements are equals to 0, then the matrix is said to be a diagonal matrix. For examples, A is equals to 2, 0, 0, 0, minus 1, 0 and 0, 0, 1. Here non-diagonal elements are 0. Then diagonal elements are 2, -1 and 1. Then this matrix is said to be a diagonal matrix. Scalar matrix. Scalar means if each non-diagonal element of square matrix is 0. This is one type of diagonal matrix, but all the diagonal elements are equal to scalar. Then the matrix is said to be a scalar matrix. For example, here 2, 2, 2 and 2 are the same as it is, and remaining elements are 0. Then this is scalar. Unit matrix or identity matrix. If each diagonal element of square matrix equals to 0 and each diagonal element is equals to unity or 1. Diagonal elements are 1 and non-diagonal elements are 0. Then the matrix is said to be unit matrix or identity matrix. Now for examples 1, 0, 0, 1. Here diagonal elements are 1, 1 and non-diagonal elements are 0. Then this matrix is said to be unit matrix. Null matrix or zero matrix. If each element of matrix is 0, then the matrix is said to be null matrix or zero matrix, denoted by 0 m cross n. For examples 0, 0, 0, 0. Here all the elements are 0, then the matrix is said to be null matrix, denoted by O2 with order 2. Another examples, null matrix is with order 3 cross 2. Row matrix. Row matrix means matrix with only one row, with only one row. Any number of columns, but only one row. Then the matrix is said to be a row matrix. For example, 1, 3 and -2. Here totally one row and 3 columns are here. We need only one row. Then this matrix is said to be row matrix with order 1 cross 3. Columnar matrix. A matrix with only one column. Example 2, 1. Here totally one column and 2 rows are there. This is a columnar matrix with order 2 cross 1. Triangular matrix. Triangular matrix means non-diagonal elements are 0. In triangular matrix there are two types, upper triangular and lower triangular matrix. Upper triangular matrix means below the diagonal elements should be 0. Then the matrix is said to be upper triangular matrix. In this case A21, A31, A32 are the zeros and above the diagonal elements are non-zeros. Then the matrix is said to be a upper triangular matrix. Now second one, lower triangular matrix. Above the non-diagonal element, above the diagonal elements are non-zero, then the matrix is said to be a lower triangular matrix. Here A12 is 0, A13 is 0, A23 is a 0. Now this matrix is said to be a lower triangular matrix. If matrix is said to be a triangular matrix, if it is either upper triangular or lower triangular, then the matrix is said to be a triangular matrix. If the matrix is both upper triangular and lower triangular, is said to be a diagonal matrix. Let us see the examples. Here only non-diagonal elements are 0, diagonal elements are 2, 3, 6. That's why this is a diagonal matrix, as well as this is a triangular matrix also. solve some MCQ questions. Question number 1. A matrix contains totally 9 elements are here. Then the trace of A. Trace of A means sum of diagonal elements. Sum of diagonal elements. Here 1, 5, 9 are the diagonal elements. What are the options here? 6, 15, 24, 18. Now find the sum of diagonal elements. 1 plus 5, 6, 6 plus 9 is a 15. That's why second option is a right. Now move to the second question. Which of the following is a scalar matrix? Totally 4 matrix will be given to you. Here second option is a right because and remaining options are not a scalar. Scalar means non-diagonal elements are 0. Diagonal elements should be scalar or unit same. Move to the next question. Which of the following matrix is triangular matrix? First option and second option, third option, fourth option is a none of the above. First option is also triangular matrix. It is a lower triangular matrix, and second one is upper triangular matrix. Third one, both 1 and 2. Here in this question they will ask triangular matrix. Both 1 and 2 is a right. That's why option number 3 is a right. Now we are discussing some concept or some operations on matrix in the next class. Now we are stop here. Thank you everyone.